W15 is a revolutionary car for Mercedes this season. That's what we'll see in today's video. But first, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything about the world of Formula 1. Mercedes presented its car this week. The W15 came in silver colors with a gradient moving towards black. In addition to this new color scheme, the Brackley team car has a very aggressive design for this season, indicating that this season the team see it as truly all or nothing. Already in the nose and front wing we can see stark differences to the W14. A much more angled design was placed. In addition, a solution in the first fin was placed in a very innovative way that will help a lot with the air flow that passes through the car, forming a vortex that promises to throw all this air flow out of the car to the sides. And this shows that the Mercedes W15 for the 2024 season has brilliant ideas in its concept. For example, the fact that the team is using a different model of rear suspension, going the way of push-wheel suspension, something used by Red Bull and understood by other teams as a more viable solution for the rear of their cars. This was a big problem for Mercedes last year, considering that the W14 had a very unstable rear end, and if everything went well this problem was resolved. Another very important detail of this Mercedes car is the fact that they adjusted the driver's cockpit, centralizing it more and meaning that the drivers no longer have to practically drive over the front wheels. In addition to all these changes, the Mercedes rear wing was updated to have better performance when the W15 opens the wing in the DRS, as this was also a constant problem for Mercedes last season, as the car did not go straight as it had a very large rear wing, which according to Toto Wolff, was acting like an open parachute. According to James Allison, the floor also underwent significant changes in its design, prioritizing a new air flow generated by the new car design. All these changes are bringing great results, at least that's what the Formula 1 simulators say at the moment, as they are indicating the W15 is half a second faster than the last car from the Brackley team, which already shows a clear improvement and a good path to follow in development throughout the season. James Allison, head of engineering at Mercedes and leader of the W15 project, clarified his expectations with the car for this season. See what he said, quote, "A new chassis and gearbox were standard for every year before the budget cap," said Allison. "And there will be several other teams that have done both in a single year. But cost constraints force you to pick your battles, and there's no doubt that having a new fairing and a new chassis at the same time are two big projects that will take a chunk out of our available firepower. That's what we did this year. This means we don't try to reinvent the wheel in other parts of the car. But it has allowed us to undertake some large projects without spending much, and we believe this is a good and important use of our efforts. Bigger layout changes are not released because there is no longer the hassle of racing. You make these big changes before the summer." Close quotation marks. I believe that even with these changes, the Mercedes car should improve and the fight for podiums and victories will become more frequent, considering that Red Bull should not be as dominant as in recent seasons. At least that is what everyone expects with the cars from 2024, but even so, the title is unlikely to come, as Red Bull presented an extremely aggressive car in its design, which could go very well, or very wrong. But what about you, a Formula 1 fan? Do you think this car can already fight for victory in Bahrain? Tell us your opinion in the comments. Thank you very much for watching this far. I hope you enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much and see you next time.